Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's Mr. Burns. I am your civics economics teacher, and we are going to do a flip video here. I do these often throughout the unit, especially with vocabulary. This way, you can go at your own pace. You can do this at your own time. If you're absent, you can get access the notes and access the video. I love to do these because you can revisit them later in the unit if you are confused about a vocabulary word. So you'll see these quite often, usually at the beginning of the unit, sometimes also in the middle if we do a lengthier unit with multiple sets of vocab. So what you're going to do is you're going to have handout number 2 in front of you. That is going to be your vocab chart. You're going to write the due date down at the top along with your name and period. The due date is posted in the classroom as well as on Google Classroom. You are going to just write the definitions in during this video. You can pause it as you need to. You can accelerate and go back if you need to. At the end, I'll have a little bit more instructions, and then you'll have some homework to do with the vocab. All right, so our first word for Citizenship's vocabulary, Unit 1, is absolute. And that means total or no exceptions. You can see a video here, or a picture here, sorry, of Joseph Stalin, because he was an absolute dictator of the Soviet Union during and after World War II. Okay. Our next word going down is assembly. You guys have several of these during the year. We call them RAM rallies here, but an assembly is a gathering of people, and how this relates to civics. An assembly is the right to gather and protest and state your beliefs as long as you do it peacefully and don't interfere with others' rights. All right, let's look at the third word here, a citizen, and this unit's all about citizenship. So someone who owes allegiance to a government. If you're a citizen, you have certain rights, like you can vote in elections. You have to obey laws and pay taxes and things of that nature. And with that becomes certain responsibilities and certain rights that you have, okay, if you are a citizen of a nation. Okay. Diverse is our fourth word. And we're going to talk about how citizenship and immigration and naturalization process, which we're going to talk about in a minute, have made our country much more diverse, not just in terms of the way people look, but the cultures they bring and the traditions they bring to our country, languages, ideas, thoughts, beliefs. Okay. All right, going to the next page, we have naturalization. That's that process of becoming a citizen of a country. In the United States, you have to live here for 5 years if you're an adult to become a citizen. And then you go through the process where you learn to read and write in English and learn about our history. You get a background check. And then finally, once you pass the written exam and the speaking exam, you get to become a citizen in a ceremony called the Oath of Citizenship. All right. A petition. That's one of our First Amendment freedoms along with assembly. And petition is to formally make a request to make a change. So you might have an online petition or a handwritten petition where you want to make a law change or a rule change, and you get signed by a bunch of people, and then then you have a discussion of how can we get this rule changed or adapted or talked about. Okay. The press is another word for press is the media. So whenever you think of the First Amendment, one of the things we'll talk about is our RAPs: religion, assembly, press, petition, speech, and press is one of those important ones that the press, can have. That's those freedoms. And what we talk about with the media, we talk about newspapers, television, radio. We talk about online sources like social media as well. And we'll get into that a lot at the beginning of the year. Okay. The last vocab word I think you're going to have today is the word voluntary. Your responsibilities are voluntary. You should do them, but you don't have to. You're not made to do it like a civic duty. Duties are something you have to do, otherwise you will suffer a consequence. Okay, so these are voluntary actions on your own free will. All right. So here's your homework. We're going to do this, 1 or 2 times a unit. You're going to do the third and fourth columns. Remembering word or phrase can be an example. It could be a synonym. It could be a simplified definition. A picture should be a colored picture that is not from this PowerPoint. You should do your own unique picture that helps you remember the word. And then on the day of the quiz, not the day of the test, the day of the quiz, you will hand in your vocab for a homework check. And then if you don't get it in that day, you can still get it in to me by the day of the test if you need to, but try to get it done on time, because then it'll help you as you prepare for your quiz and your review on Quizlet, and it'll help you. Okay. In lengthier units, you'll have 2 sets of vocab. One, the first half of the unit, and another, the second half of the unit. I think there's only 2 or 3 units where we do that. Okay? So if you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. You can come talk to me in room A110. You can ask me in class. But you do the vocab video, you write definitions in, you do the rest for homework. You usually have a week or two to finish that before our next quiz. And again, the dates are posted in class. All right, Mr. Burns signing out.